थोड़ा ये जो फॉर्मेलिटी होता है इसको बाद देके मैं अपना वक्तव्य रखना चाहता हूँ। ये सबसे बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट बात होता है जब बहुत ही अपना लोग जब अपनों के बारे में बात करना पड़े, तो ये सबसे बहुत होता है। ये तो हमारे नाना जी थे, तो ये बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट होता है, क्योंकि जो चीज़ बहुत करीब होता है इसको आप कुछ अच्छा ही दिखता है, कुछ फ्लॉज भी निकलता है। तो लेकिन जब आप थोड़ा दूर से हटते हो, उनसे थोड़ा दूर खड़े होते हो, आपको मालूम पड़ता है कि नेगेटिव कितना था और पॉजिटिव कितना था, और वो पॉजिटिव इतना बड़ा था, इसमें जो छोटा छोटा नेगेटिव होता है ये फेड हो जाता है। हमारा तरह से हमारे भी वही हुआ था। मेरा जितना माय मेमोरी सर्व्स मी वेल, 1975 वो आपका वो रवि राय जी थे अम्बाला जेल में। मेरा जो माई कॉन्शियसनेस आई स्टार्टेड मेमोराइजिंग फ्रॉम दैट पीरियड ओनली। आई एम सॉरी, आई विल बी ब्लेंडिंग बोथ हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश टुगेदर। तो 75 she was in Burla and Mr. Ravi Rai was in Ambala jail. The reason I'm talking about this is that I will limit my discussion to their marital relationships without going into the political side and all those things. After being married for 26 to 27 years, I realized ये गांधी होना बहुत अच्छा easy है, कस्तूरबा होना बहुत difficult है, बहुत ही difficult है। क्योंकि ये अगर एक लॉन्च पैड है, एक सेफ्टी नेट की भी जरूरत होता है। यू कैनॉट एस्पेक्ट टू लॉन्च योरसेल्फ अनलेस यू आर श्योर ऑफ कि कोई सेफ्टी नेट है। सो आई विल लिमिट माई स्पीच ओनली टू डॉक्टर सरस्वती स्वाइन टू टॉक अबाउट व्हाई इट इज नेसेसरी फॉर ए फैमिली टू हैव ए स्टेबल सेफ्टी नेट। शी हैड ए जॉब, शी हैड इकोनॉमिक सिक्योरिटी. Perhaps that was the reason why Mr. Ravi Rai could think of becoming Ravi Rai, knowing very well somebody else is taking care of her family, her extended family, her political family, as well as her career. It's not a small thing. It's just not a small thing. Unless you are assured. So somebody was telling, I was reading a novel, say the stronger brake you have, the faster you can drive. So unless there is something behind you which is there to come back to when you fall, to protect you, you cannot take risks. To take risks, you have to have certain securities. I remember 75, when we just heard that Rabida is in Ambala jail. That was like a enigmatic talk going on, that oh jail mein hai. And that was the very difficult time, you know, with the insecurity, the fear. I could see that in my family. The discussion was, my father was a senior bureaucrat, our telephones were tapped, whatever we could speak, that the people who were visiting us were also under surveillance. So I saw them in 75. The strength with which she was managing the fact that her husband was in jail, her husband's elder brother is suffering from cancer and getting treated in the hospital, and the extended family. There were about 15-20 visitors every day at her house. There I saw this socialistic, we come from a very, very patriarchal, orthodox, traditional family. But she was managing it all without ever complaining about what her husband hasn't done for her. She was single-handedly managing this. And I also saw that when she became the health minister, she switched her role immediately to be the biggest supporter and the counsel for him, to advise him at the right time about her decisions, क्या उनको करना चाहिए, कैसा नहीं करना चाहिए, her political side. I saw that. I also saw when he went out of power and he became the speaker again, the change of roles, starting from being the support system to his counsel, to the advisor, to the first lady, and taking all responsibilities while he was allowed to be himself. She was the one who was taking care of him. It's very, very important. And now in the era where we have seen the evolution of family values, the interdependency, the empowerment of women, we have seen a change which is no more glacial. It is rapid. In the 90s to this, if 25 years is analyzed, we have seen huge changes happening inside the family structure. When we think back, if we could accept the changes very liberally because of the liberal values that were inculcated to the socialistic upbringing of Mr. Rabi Ray and the values that he had left behind, that we rose above gender, we rose above caste, we rose above religion, and we could very, very easily adapt ourselves to the larger global narrative that's we as human beings, what we are supposed to do. So those are the essentials we could actually, which helped us to navigate these changes. And proudly I can say that we as a family have stayed together in spite of because of the values they had left behind, and we still remain as one big cohesive family. And it is because of three things. One is that accepting the changes as is happening with a very liberal thought, as well as a very simplistic way of life. We never had in our family, and a materialistic aspiration was never really celebrated or cherished ever. None of us actually practiced that. Even if somebody had that, nobody flaunted that. So a simple life, a very evolved life, and those things are extremely essential. And the reason why I would like to, though it is his centenary, in the side, you cannot talk of brightness without talking the shadows behind it. And Dr. Saraswati Swami has been the biggest support and the foundation over which he could be what he is today. Thank you so much.